Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey guys, so we're buying a really big package at the moment. Some RM27s are coming in. Those are like our grail watches, so excited to see them and get them in. Business has been really good. I mean, we had a record month last month. This month's continuing to be very strong. So we've been selling a lot of watches. A lot of FP Journes. I think we sold the most FP Journes ever, so we're trying to buy those up as much as we can. It's also kind of dipping into a new client base for us because we've stayed primarily focused on Richard Mille, Audemars Piguet, Rolex, and Patek. But since we're evangelists of FP Journe, we really like the brand and it's grown a lot. We're trying to stock more and more FP Journe. And because of all of our growth that we've been having, we're actually building a new software system. Our consultant, Mark, actually I used to work with in Switzerland, great guy, is in. He's now running trials with our team. So we'll check in a little bit with that. Yeah, we just sold 2 Tiffany stamp Pateks to a dealer. They're really rare 5168G blue and a 5167R. So he was just trying to get his sales pitch right. From my knowledge, there's only 6 boutiques that sold Tiffany stamp Pateks. However, he may be correct because a lot of the papers that we've seen come in are from the New York boutique. I think it may be down to fewer, especially as Patek has narrowed their amount of ADs substantially. It's really only in core cities right now, like Denver and Minneapolis, like all those cities, all their license got pulled. So it's mostly just in the big cities now for Patek. But yeah, those are 2 special watches that we just traded with a dealer that we got in. Tiffany had a relationship with Rolex, I want to say for like 10 years, maybe a bit longer than that. And those pieces have really flown up in price, especially the 16520 Daytonas. Some of those are 2 or 3x a regular Daytona, or probably like 3x of a 16520. And now they discontinue that relationship and it's flown up. And there's rumors that are going to discontinue the relationship with Patek as well, which would be absolutely crazy to see and what that does to the prices. But they're very exclusive. I think for each model, they only make a few a year. So it's gotten more and more exclusive. I think anything that's not made just from Tiffany, but it has that Tiffany touch to it. Like I've also noticed the other day on my Tiffany shoes that I got, I think I paid like $1,100 and I saw them online for like $2,200. So I think Tiffany in general is kind of popping right now. And you know what's funny? And sorry to always go back to family, but my daughter's new favorite color is Tiffany blue. Probably got it from my wife, but I think Tiffany is in right now for sure. So a month later now, guys, the LeBron RM is out. I guess we kind of spilled the beans a month early. Prices are really high, like $650. I don't think that they're gonna last at that price. Definitely not. But big LeBron fans that have a bunch of money, they may do that. We'll see. But we're getting in a lot of the new releases now from Rolex that were launched April 1st, Watch and Wonders. So here's the white gold Sprite with the green dial. In person, it's really sick. It's going way over retail at the moment. I don't know. I like the green. Green and black's cool. But yeah, we just got this in. Sold order for a client. Just waiting for him to come and pick it up. We also got the new John Marin. After time, I think I like it a little bit more than the old one. I think when they settle on price, they're just gonna be a tinge more. But yeah, as you can see, I still got another box. We've sold a lot of RMs. Journe's been big this month. But yeah, if I look at the spreadsheet, still RM, Patek are big ones. You know, APs. We sold a few limited APs, like the sand gold version of this. We sold to a client. You know, we have this watch and socks. But that's kind of our bread and butter. You know, the FP and the Richard Mille market have gone up a lot. We're trying to stay up to date with it, and things are moving like really fast with Richard Mille. Get a view of this, pretty dope. This is the Italy. In my personal collection, I think I'd add this, so cool. I used to have this as a daily, but I don't know, I think I like the Italian color and setup more than the French. Crazy lightweight. Yeah, NTPT only weighs 28 grams. It's probably the most comfortable watch that you could wear. You can do basically anything in it. Barely feel it. Got a new car, so stay tuned for that. That'll be pretty crazy when it comes in, hopefully in like a week or so. I love the Trilingery, but I just really like aggressive, rough, crazy cars. And that kind of gave the breakdown to a client of mine, and he just basically called me a pussy for not getting this new car. I thought about it, and I was already like on the edge of getting it, and I was just waiting it out. And after he called me a pussy, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it, you know? Yeah, so as I was saying earlier, the company's had so much growth, and since we've grown so much for our inventory and keeping track of everything, software system through our consultant Mark, who's been doing a great job. Come take a look and see what they're up to. So this is Mark. We worked together a long time ago in Switzerland, actually when I first got into watches. He was amazing at software and back-end system and whatnot. I gave him a call, like, hey, can you help us out with the software system? You know, our inventory is growing so much, so many more SKUs, value items. So we needed to take things to the next level on the back end. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm super happy with everything that's going on. Mark's been in a few days. Mark and I have two very different brains. I am 100% sales and he's 100% back end. True. So that's why our relationships works, but we're super different. He's like, yeah, what is this crazy American doing? He's from Switzerland.
In order to keep track of a fastly growing business, you don't want to make any mistakes with, you know, the high luxury goods that they're trading with. So what I did is a little research about what a potential system could do for the company G&G. I then found the perfect solution in using this system, which is cloud-based and accessible on any device from anywhere in the world. So basically implementing inventory management, purchase management, and also sales order management. It's a whole new chapter for the company. It's a complete system change. But I think everybody on the team sees the benefit of the system. As I said, the company is growing so fast, you want to do this right from the very beginning.
Yeah, 100%.
What's up?
I have to say I'm impressed with your YouTube that you did. That's why I came.
Oh, really? Awesome.
I
Thanks.
saw the first one that you did when we were talking about how you started in the space. And it, very sincere, very cool.
Awesome. Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vance. No, that's awesome.
Here's the watch. Still have glass stickers inside. The watch is perfect. So here's your box. So this is the tag, the paperwork. But let's see if it fits. Some other straps just in case this was cut too short.
A little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger?
Yeah.
All right, let me see which ones we got. So usually, regardless, new, used watch, clients always get the watch sized. It's a red flag if you go into Patek and you say, no, don't size it.
Well, I can get one. Customer service client came to pick up his 5164A. His Lake's client, strap, bit too small. What's a pain with these straps is once it's cut, it's done. So luckily we know a lot of people, pretty much all the dealers in Miami, and was able to find one on the spot. So walking over to get it, I'm gonna put the strap on and we're gonna bring it back to the office and size it, get it on the customer's wrist. So he's happy and he's walking out with a brand new watch, brand new strap, boom. Just got the strap now. Now we're gonna put it on for the client and then rush back to the office. The client's been waiting patiently. It's not my usual day, but we have a few people out, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Patek, it's a client in, it doesn't fit.
You have to...
No, just leave it. I'll cut it at the office, but you could just do this part. Just throw that guy on. I just didn't want to scratch it up, and you're the master. How you been? Inter Miami's playing well, huh?
Who? Inter?
Against Palmeiras? Yeah, you know, my family's from Brazil. They were like, all like, oh, the Brazilian team's gonna womp up on Inter Miami. Inter Miami should have won the game, bro. It sucks they're playing PSG now. That's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be a good test for them.
A big test, yeah. I don't know if they can hang on that, but
I think they should be able to.
yeah.
They get tired quick.
That's the problem. You're right. You notice in the second half. But I'm gonna go up to Orlando and watch Man City. Well, they play Juventus, so whoever they're playing next, I'm gonna go with the family. Yeah, they play Juventus today. Yeah. Perfect. Stickers uncut. Wrap her up. Yeah, I got it. Full mission, but got her done.
Amazing.
Yeah. That is it.
So
Okay.
is this it?
Yeah, it's insane. So as we've learned, you guys slowly size it down, because then when it's too small, it's just like crap. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's, yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys take it from here.
Lake's with the client right now, closing a deal. We had to throw a little audible. We needed to get a new strap for the customer. We're able to find one locally. It's actually been very hard to get Patek straps because recently you used to be able to call Patek in New York and you could easily get the straps. It didn't matter if you were a dealer or whatever, you obviously couldn't get it in bulk. You had to show the serial with the watch to prove that you had it to get the strap. I think retail price is around like $250 for an Aquanaut strap, but now that department is pretty much closed. It's been very tough because normally you could just give them a call or shoot them an email and then you get it in 3 to 5 business days. But now most of these straps, I mean, you have to source them and we're paying 2.5x. So now it's about $700 for an Aquanaut strap, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I don't really know the situation. Garrett, do you know if Henry Stern is gonna come back? Like, is it gonna be more easy to buy stuff in the future? Or do you think it's kind of just like, from now on, it's gonna be secondary? Because that has been an issue.
Yeah, you have to go to the boutique and give them the strap because people are reselling straps. Honestly, for us, it's super annoying. Like with Richard Mille, it's really hard to get certain straps. So I hope they change that because it's really annoying when we get straps and it doesn't fit the client and we have to go source one because they're really hard to find now. So it's almost sometimes it's as hard to find as finding a watch. So it's like double work. So
yeah.
it stinks.
All right, so guys, the market is extremely hot right now. We're noticing a lot of prices are starting to go up. We're getting a lot of calls. I just got one in particular from a customer that was looking for 3 investment pieces to invest in right now. So I'm gonna go around the office and ask people what they would choose as their top 3 investment watches to buy right now. All right, what watches are you seeing sell the most at G&G? What do you think are like the top 3 investment pieces? Do you think the market is soft on them? Do you think that they're gonna keep going up? What are 3 that you're gonna pick?
Maybe some 6702s. Those are going pretty fast right now too.
Yeah.
Definitely go up. I don't know. Probably just the FP Journes. The Resonance. Those are selling super fast. Vertical tourbillons. We sold how many? 2 or 3 of them.
We're working on the second one right now.
Yeah. Any FP Journe really flying.
All right, yeah. I think Garrett's probably gonna say the same thing, but we're gonna ask him. But we're pretty much been like pre-selling these 6702s. We post them on our Instagram story before they even arrive, and then we sell them as soon as they touch down in Miami. Same thing with the FP Journes. Really, really hard to get your hands on some of the pieces that we've been getting. I think we've only sold like a handful of them, so now we're super keen on Journe, and we've been stocking them left and right. So we're gonna keep that going. I think that those are gonna be really hot pieces in the future, especially if you guys are familiar with the situation with Francois, the owner of Journe. So if you guys know about that, you understand that Journe is gonna be a great investment in the future. Garrett, can I ask you a question really fast? All right, so you've been getting a ton of calls on watches kind of going up in the market right now, and people are wondering what's like a safe buy right now with prices being inflated, and what do you think are gonna be like the top 3 investment watches that we've been buying at G&G timepieces?
Richard Mille just raised their prices, so I think all of the smaller side Richard Milles, which they make less of, so I think RM67, RM7201, you know, the 27s have to go up. FP Journe in general across the board, they only make 700-800 watches. Everyone's getting into the brand's going through the roof. Also, I think ever since the tariffs, there hasn't been as many frustrated Pateks in the market, so anything 2025 and new, which we have a lot of collectors that are very specific about that, are ones right now that are good buys, but I think they're still gonna go up a little bit, so those are my buys right now.
No, any particular model, like from Patek? I have a
From
few.
Patek or from any brand?
Start with Patek.
5991R. Well, obviously it's Blue Dot. 5991R. They only make it in that. Richard Mille right now. I like the RM27s. We're getting some in. I'm really bullish on that watch. The 67 with the smaller case size has gone up. So I think it's kind of inevitable that, you know, watches in that size group also go up. 1701, I think is a good one. And FP Journe, I'm just really bullish on the Resonance, just because like that's the epitome of Journe. The movement's really impressive how it works through vibration. You have basically 2 movements working off one another. 40 millimeter.
That's
40
exactly, yeah,
millimeter.
I would say the Resonance. I think that I'm a big fan of the 40 millimeter. I'm not a huge fan of the 42. I think that there's more upside with that. I don't really know if it's gonna hold, but it's crazy how expensive the 5712 1Rs have gotten, especially 2025. Exactly. So if you can get a good deal on that, I think that that's a winner. 5712 1A was discontinued. That's another one. Those are maybe a bit inflated, but I mean, it's a super demanded watch no matter what.
Yeah, a lot of people love the 5712 1A, but yeah, they are a lot right now, especially in the watch.
5711 1A white, those have been super scarce. We've had a few sold orders and it's taken a while to find those. So if you get a good deal on that, I think that's a winner as well. And then what Garrett said, the Resonance, I think is a winner. What about like the Elegance? Do you think that those are gonna keep going up? Or
I think they will, because they only make like roughly 30 a year, but the quantity is just so small. So I think, yes, they absolutely will. They've gone up a lot. I don't think that they're gonna go up as much.
In general, people that are buying Journes are more collectors, so they're not really trying to sell, so it's kind of tough. I was just telling Garrett, I've been getting a lot of calls on clients asking what's a good investment piece right now with the current state of the market, with everything kind of being like a bit inflated. Garrett said Patek like 5990 and then Journe Resonance. Which one do you think is like a safer buy at the moment?
What do I think is like a way more special watch, not even close to Resonance?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
way more special. Like everything Journe is just way more special.
Yeah.
I mean, just for many, many, many reasons. So yeah, I mean, just based off my limited knowledge, I would just go with the Resonance, absolutely.
Agreed.
But I think that watch in general is just like one of the most.
It's just such a if you know watch, because I feel like a lot of people that have been buying Pateks from us for a while are just now starting to dip their toes into Journe, and they didn't realize the upside, just the story behind Journe, and like.
I mean, that watch, the way the movement works and like the like.
Oh, it's
ethos
the
behind
most
it
insane thing I've ever seen.
It's like really a work of art.
Yeah.
It's really a work of art. Yeah. And I mean, Journe in general is just like kind of a different level than all the other watches, really.
Agreed.
Not all, but like as in, if you're going to compare to like Rolex and AP and stuff. Yeah.
So if there's 2 watches or 3 watches that come to mind, what would you tell this customer?
Obviously, one of the brands that has gone up a ton is FP Journe. FP Journe, I've always thought was one of the best investment opportunities for watches, but obviously now that they've gone up a lot, people are going to have those questions or certain pieces like, have I missed the boat? The pieces in FP Journe, like some of them that I do think are kind of undervalued, some of the off-catalog pieces, I think that the percent difference that you're going to pay for, let's say, a salmon optimum versus a regular gray platinum optimum, I think it's undervalued. I think that they still have a lot of room to grow. Some of the black label stuff, I think they're fully discontinuing black dials. That's gonna be incredibly expensive moving forward. Another watch is actually talking with the client. I think the Centigraph is one of the most undervalued Journes. I think it's an incredibly significant piece for them. It actually is very sporty and elegant. It touches upon both of those bases very well. I think the Centigraph is probably...
It's gone up, what, 20% in the past month?
Yeah, like the Centigraph I think has a ton of room to grow. A Centigraph I think is a really good investment opportunity. I think the 72 is a piece. The retail on the black and white ceramic 72s was just raised from 345 to 370. I think 378. It's crazy. I mean, that's a watch that each boutique only gets one of black, one white annually. I think it's one of the best sized RMs. I mean, at least, let's say 25% of that retail price increase is going to be carried into what the current secondary market price is. So, I mean, I think they're really well positioned to actually appreciate over the next, I mean, look at what has happened to 6701s, and none of that's been carried over to 72. So I think that more people that are getting the 67s, people wear the 67, they appreciate RM. They're like, I want an RM that looks more like an RM. So over time, I think that piece is going to gain a lot of popularity.
All right, so the common consensus is buy Journe. I think basic Nautilus models in general are doing great right now. 5712, 5990, 5711 green.
Buy rare.
Numbered, more rare watches that had limited production for a shorter matter of time, like 5711 green. I said 5711 white. Those have gone up a lot. And then, of course, RM can't go wrong. Smaller, more sporty watches, so 6701, 6702, 7201s. Those are all been winners. And then we have a couple bigger hitters coming in next week. Really pumped to show you guys those. Kind of biting my tongue as to what it is, but let's just say it is another level compared to some of the stuff we have in stock now. Really pumped to show you guys that. I think that's also gonna be a crazy investment piece. It's more expensive than the Kimi Räikkönen and it's more limited. Well, one of them is more limited, but
it's a much more significant watch in terms of the history of RM. And we just talked about smaller RMs, how that kind of fits the use case of the brand better. I mean, these are going to be the first RMs in that realm that we've ever tapped into, and really excited to do so.
yeah, let's just say we had to do some liquidating this week to make some room for these pieces. Thanks for staying tuned to the end. We'll see you guys next week.